right. Welcome to the Monday vid conference. It is, what is it? The 22nd of August already. And Chris, we are pinned to the screen here. Do you know what that's what they call it? Chad told me that, pinning. So
Cool.
you got pinned today to the screen, and so did I. So we've been doing this now for about, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 years, just after the Getaway, having some of the major award winners come on. So I thought today we'd start out with you, and we just talk a little bit about your year and the Hanleys, and your Studio Owner of the Year trophy. I see you have it there. That's awesome. Pick that up for everybody, Chris. How much do you think that weighs?
Oh, it's pretty nice.
Yeah. You won something when you have that. And you don't necessarily so much as win the Studio Owner of the Year as you achieve it or whatever. But so our guest today, for anybody who's watching or is live, is Chris Moen, who we all know each other, but Chris should have an introduction. So welcome to the Monday Vid Conference, Chris. Let's start out by just congratulating you and saying, wow, what a great win. Hey, I have a question. How many Hanleys did you win? Because I think I lost count. On Saturday night, regular Hanleys, Saturday night, how many did you have? Or that Saturday?
4 Hanleys.
4 Hanleys. And I was watching the video, the other day. Actually, Saturday as well, I was watching that. And I expected this big long speech, and you didn't have that many words to say on Saturday night.
Well, I was a little perplexed.
Yeah, you were speechless. Let's start out with Saturday night. It's the Hanleys, and you're running the PowerPoint or the keynote. I hate when I say PowerPoint.
Yeah.
And what did you think when your name was called? Because for the first time ever, I wasn't there to say Chris Moen,
Yeah. Well, a little thing that I do with Craig is there's on the screen, it also shows you the next slide. And so I don't know if you noticed, but each time that it was, up for the nomination, I would then go to the nomination screen and then look at Craig and listen for that. And when he said it, then that's when I hit the space bar. And the first couple of them, I was like, wait, is that really going to happen? Okay, that's John failing. All right, here we go. Okay. So then I kind of got into a routine of it. And so I was just as surprised as everybody else when Craig read the names.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about your year going back 12 months, because the Getaway is kind of like our end of the year and a beginning of a new one in a way for home video studio. Mm-hmm. So I know you've been methodically moving up your business both in scope and in work volume and everything. What did you go into this new year last year thinking after last year's Getaway? I mean, did you have certain goals in mind? What was your thoughts?
Yep. My initial goal was this is probably going to be a slowdown year. And so I thought, okay, then why don't I just set a goal as the same as last year? And so that was what I kind of went in with.
And when you set your goals for your studio, is it strictly a money goal? Is it creative goals? Is it what kind of goals do you set, do you think?
Mainly just a tape transfer goals, and just getting as many slides, photos, and all of those kinds of jobs in as we can. That's really just kind of how the bulk of the business runs.
And what did you what happened with that great program, that tractor program you did?
Oh, that's coming up.
Yeah.
Labor Day weekend.
Well, I think we're all going to have to fly up. Are you going to shoot that again?
We are. This year will actually be the first year that we'll be shooting in 4K.
Oh, wow.
So we got new cameras, and they're matching cameras, so we won't have to spend. Tim spends like probably 40 to 80 hours at least on just color correcting.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
this year it'll just be the click of the button in Adobe, and boom, there it is, color corrected.
Oh, that's great. So, so how many different programs did you do? Was that one long big program with many segments for that tractor thing, or what was it?
Yeah, back in the day when we did DVDs, we had 2 hours. So we would have to edit, 18, 20 hours of footage down to 2 hours. So they would be just different segments of what happens at the show. One segment's on threshing, another one's on sawmills, and another one has all the expo and everything.
Okay.
And so last year we got rid of the DVD and was able to do everything online. And COVID kind of actually helped us push past the DVDs and to just put everything online, because we had a virtual year one year, the COVID year. And so then once we were kind of done with DVDs, we have now a lot more creative freedom to put together hours of footage in segments, multiple segments, and not have any time constraints.
Okay.
So really the feature film was a 4-part feature film that was in like 20 to 40 minute segment.
And then you had your the program, I think, didn't you win best photo keepsake, if I recall?
Yes. Yep.
That was a pretty cool video.
That
Tell us a
caught
little bit
few
about
people by surprise.
Tell us a little bit about that one.
Well, it was time to enter for the Hanleys, and I thought, well, I've done this photo keepsake and that photo keepsake, but it's our 20th anniversary. Why don't I just put something in for Michelle and just kind of see what happens and see if it even gets nominated? Because it was put together rather quickly. That's the one great thing about Facebook, is you can go and you can steal all the pictures from the past years and everything. So I did. I just put together a bunch of photos and kind of had a match with what was being talked about and everything. And yeah, it just kind of came together, and it was a nice surprise for Michelle.
Was that the first time she'd seen that then?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
When she saw the picture of her senior graduation, which I wanted to do on purpose, that caught her attention.
Oh, I tell you what we haven't covered. Rectified.
Oh,
that was awesome. I love that one.
Okay. So the story behind that is my boys got a hold of the camera and decided to create their own shows and everything. Upon seeing that, when I was transferring some of our footage, I showed it to him again and laughed. And then I was like, I should add some sound effects to that. And so, yeah, I just added the sound effect and the title dropping down and the little explosion and the smoke and all of that stuff. But they did all of that.
Did people laugh at the Hanleys? Because I thought it was pretty funny.
It was strange.
The way your son would.
I have strange boys.
Well, thanks for being a guest. And I see Wendell's on. We'll be having Wendell on as a guest here in the coming weeks.
Woohoo!
And probably John Failing too, and Debbie Williams. Those are the big four awards, right? I mean, everybody's important, but those are the big four. All right, Chris, look at that. Studio Owner of the Year.
That's great, Chris.
That is
Awesome.
nice. That is really 24 karat gold plated, you know.
Great feeling.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm blinded. I'm blinded by it.
Blinded by the light. Okay, so let's go. Thanks, Chris, for being on.
Yeah.
Chris didn't mention, and I would have mentioned this if I was at the Hanleys, which I will be next year. But Chris does a lot for Home Video Studio, both things that you know about and things that you don't know about during the year. And a lot of other studio owners do as well. We couldn't do what we do without Chris's help and everybody's help, really. So Chris, I really appreciate that. And when you think of it, the Hanley Awards this year wasn't even there, and Denise wasn't as well. So we appreciate all that. So congratulations, good job, and keep up the great work. And now everybody say goodbye, and I'll figure out how to end this.
Guys, have a good week.
Bye. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.